Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. My name is Nat and I'm here for you. I am here for you as often as possible, as long as I can get to this mic and cheer you up and give you the keys to the door that will unlock your happiness. This is your first time here. Let's get the show out there. Let's share some positivity. Let's save the world, folks. It's up to us, one person at a time. Share the show. If you haven't gotten the book yet, you know where to get it. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it at my website, bepositivepodcast.com. A pop-up comes up. You can get the book. You can get the merchandise. And you can also get a personalized copy there too, and I'll send you some goodies along with it. If you've got something you want me to talk about, or you've got a response to something I said on the show, you can always go to the text line 304-506-3332. And a lot of people, after the last show I just did talking about secrecy and relationships, I must have touched a nerve there because phone line was blowing up, emails blowing up, and all that stuff. Sylvia, I'm so happy that you backed up my theory about walking away, and it was tough. And everybody who's been through that can vouch for that. Once you get past that, it's once you get past the horror and the anxiety and the upset and all that stuff, life does get better eventually. It does. But, I'm not going to rattle on and do a long intro to this show because something is really bothering me in this society today. And I'm not going to get political. I'm not going to promote anything. Anything else besides myself and my podcast and positivity. But there's something that needs to be said. And this show is called It's Just What I Think. It's just what I think. You may think the same thing, you may not, and that's fine because it's the beauty of being a human is you get to think for yourself. Well, at least you used to be able to think for yourself. But to me, what I see going on is less and less people are actually thinking for themselves. You're living in fear. A lot of people are living in fear. A lot of people are programmed. They're stuck in the matrix and they can't get out because of fear. And with this movie that just came out that broke all records, it's starting to open people's eyes as to who the elites really are. And if you don't believe it, that's fine. That's up to you. And one day you'll see the light and you'll see the truth. But the things that are going on and the things that have been going on for hundreds of years that have been kept in secrecy that are now coming to light are so unfathomably hard to believe and hard to stomach. It's hard to even talk about it, especially when it comes to what's happening to the children of the world, the kids, and how they're being taken advantage of so bad, so often, and by so many, as it's so horrific. And whether you believe it or not, you think it's a conspiracy theory, you think it's whatever, and I usually don't get into stuff like this in the show. I try to stay positive, but this is just a knot in my gut that I have to get out and I have to expose a little bit more, and we have to all stop being afraid. We have to stop being afraid of what can happen to us if we stand up for what we believe in, if we stand up for what we think. Because when you really start thinking about stuff, about your own feelings, about your own life, about your own kids, isn't that what's really important? Living your life and protecting other people and being right? I don't mean being correct. I mean being right, just, honest, and all that good stuff, and respectful. And with what's happening and what I see more and more and the facts that are coming out that are being debunked, not debunked, but brushed over and erased because the system, I think, is coming down. I think, I've said it before, I think our entire way of life, our entire thought process of what the human race and what our existence is has been a lie. Now, you can say I'm crazy. Some people do. And that's fine. That's the beauty of being a human. You could say what the hell you want. You could be whoever you want. You can think whatever you want. And if you're not doing that because you're living in fear of what might happen to you or what someone might think or what someone else might say, and you're playing the game, then shame on you. It's time to stand up for humanity. It's time to stand up for what you believe in. It's time to actually follow your heart and follow your gut. Because if you have any kind of compassion and you're any kind of real human being and you're in touch with reality as it really is in your own mind and what you're creating, if you're actually paying attention, then you're going to see something that is going to be extremely difficult to deal with, hard to handle, hard to stomach. But we have to stand up for what is right. And I'm not saying get violent, but if whatever it takes to protect what is right, to protect the precious children of the world, to protect our integrity, to protect our country and us as individuals, and you as an individual, beautiful person deserve joy. And hiding behind the mask of insecurity and living the facade of the life that we've been taught that we have to live isn't going to work anymore. And I say this with all honesty. It's got to change. It's got to change. And it's going to change. And when I say things, sometimes I post cryptic stuff on social media and then people call me out on it. What do you mean? What are you saying? What is that? What's going on? What's going on? You know, like I felt that there was a shift in the universe. I felt there's some crap going on in the universe, and I could feel the unsettled energy in the universe. And a lot of people respond with, yeah, I feel it too. Yeah, I feel it too. Well, what are we doing about it besides talking about it? And let me digress a bit by saying that talking about it is actually making more people aware of the true control we have over our universe, the true control we have over our reality. And I heard this once describing our life and the scenario of the human race and stuff. And they said that, I think something to this, it's not word for word, but that we're living in a game. It's like a matrix, but we're living in the game. And it's hard to change. If you look at it as a programmer, a computer person, if you're in the game, you can't change the game while you're in the game, while you're playing it. You have to stop. You have to get out of it. You have to reprogram it and just restart it. And I kind of look at society and the human race right now as a point to where we have to stop the game, and it has to be reprogrammed. And it starts with us as individuals, one at a time. We have to change ourselves, change our perspective, and open our eyes to what we know and what we feel to be true. Now, whatever it takes for you to wake up and to start to deal with reality as it is, and the things that are coming into the light that are beyond horrific. And you know, I understand why a lot of people don't want to accept what's really happening in the world, because it is so beyond belief that people could act this way, that the elites can act this way and do this to children and treat good people bad and let bad people be good. And it's so beyond belief. It almost feels like a broken game. It feels like it's just insanity. And the fact that we're being forced to accept it, because if you don't, you're destroyed, you're canceled, you're killed, whatever it is, it's going against the powers that be can be dangerous. But as a group, as a unified group, and it doesn't even have to be a physically unified group, thoughts have power. And when people start thinking positively and seeing what is happening and start discovering that we control what's happening, we let things happen because we don't want to deal with the change. People say we can't accept that because it's too far-fetched, it's too bizarre, it's too painful. We can't accept it. I'm not going to. I'm going to block it out, and anybody who talks about it is wrong, or they're lying, or they're a conspiracy theorist, or whatever it is. And I'm talking about a lot of different things here, and I'm not going to say them because I don't want the show to get censored, because that's the way it works. But you all know exactly what I'm talking about. So now, what do? Well, I try to remain positive. I keep the faith. I have hope for humanity. I have the belief that slowly but surely, and faster as time goes on, people are starting to see the truth, accept the truth, and starting to realize the individual power that each one of us has to change the present and to change the energy is so much more magnified when we're a collective, when we're thinking a lot more alike. And when we start doing what is right and thinking positively and not accepting the facade, the circus that we're being shown, and say no, and standing up for ourselves and finally saying no. So few people nowadays say no. I've seen parents not tell their kids no. When I was a kid, if I wanted something, or I did something, or I did something wrong, or I wanted to, in the store, I wanted this and we couldn't afford it, my mom would say no. Parents today are raising kids, well, there's a whole him and haw excuse, and it's not a hard no. They don't want to hurt the kids' feelings. They don't want to, don't want to, make waves with anybody. We just want everybody to just get along. Let's all just get along, and we'll all just shut up and go along with the game. Well, I'm not doing that. And I don't think you should either. But this is just what I think, and it's what I see with my own eyes, and it's mind-boggling when someone sees something with their own eyes. I sound like Kamala Harris here for a second. With your own eyes. When you see something with your eyes and you still refuse to believe it out of fear. I can't believe that. Nope, that can't be true. It can't be. I saw it. But nope, it's not true. And when someone else sees something they try to talk about, no, you're wrong. What you saw was not what you saw. I'm going to tell you what you saw, and I'm going to tell you how you need to feel, and I'm going to tell you how you need to respond. And I'm telling you, I don't want to live in that kind of society, in that kind of world. But there is hope. Every day that we pull together, every day that we put that positive energy out there, every day that we accept the horrors and the evil of the world and stand up to them as individuals. You stand up to it as an individual. Your neighbor stands up to it as an individual. People down the street stand up to it as an individual. Before you know it, your whole community is standing up together with power. And it grows like an infection, like a positive infection. That's what I should call the new book, The Positive Infection. No, but it grows, and the strength, we grow in positivity and strength, and we can together change the world. Because if you can change your life with your thoughts, then can't the thoughts of many change the world? I think so. And I think we're all starting to understand that that's the case. That's the fact, and we can. And I'll tell you what, these next few years in our lives are going to be pretty crazy. Mark my words. We're going to see a lot of things. We're going to learn a lot of things about stuff and people that we did not believe, that we cannot believe. That's just too absurd to believe. But we're being shown what's right. So follow your heart. Believe your eyes. Let's make this world a better place together. All right? Let's do it, man. And that's just what I think. It's just what I think. So tell me what you think about this show on the text line 304-506-3332. Make sure you grab a book. There's only a couple of the 500th World Event shirts left. You can grab it on the website. New shirts coming, new merchandise. There's koozies. There's all kind of stuff on there. Go grab something. I dare you. Support the show. Support the cause. Support positivity. That's it. That's all I got to say today. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope we can all continue to grow together. My name is Nat. This has been the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. I think we can all do a little bit better. I'll talk to you later.